From Target to Home Depot, many of our favorite stores have had their credit card processing systems compromised within the past year.
That's right. This makes so many shoppers nervous when making purchases, and even more so nowadays with holidays approaching. And joining us now to talk about the new way to spend money through Bitcoin is our tech expert, Nika Allen. Thank you for joining us.
All right, so obviously Brittany and I had a lot of questions about this morning. We've heard the phrase, I'm sure a lot of people have heard the name Bitcoin. What is it exactly?
So it's a decentralized digital currency. It's essentially like the internet's version of cash.
Okay.
And this was actually started quite a few years ago, back in, no one's exactly sure, 07, 08 time, by someone named Satoshi Nakamoto.
Okay.
And he basically discovered the first, or created the first cryptocurrency. That's what Bitcoin is one of the first of. So it's the first of something that we're going to continue to see more and more of.
Okay.
And there's actually a finite amount of them. There's only 21 million that are ever going to be in the system of Bitcoin.
Okay.
So that puts, basically a limit, which helps to set value, because there's only so many that you can have. And the value is kind of more determined by the supply and demand, actually, than anything else. And it changes, the value of the Bitcoin changes every day. So today, I looked it up 10 minutes ago, because it changes all the time. It's worth $393.18.
One Bitcoin.
One Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, kind of crazy. I know. Kind of crazy there.
What are some advantages of Bitcoin?
There are a lot of advantages to Bitcoin, actually. First of all, it's instantly transferred. It doesn't take, sometimes, let's say you're sending.
You have to wait for a check.
Yeah, you have to wait for a check, and you have to wait for it processing because it's going through the bank and then to the other person. But no, this is instant. There's no one, in the middle of your transaction, so it goes straight to someone in just about 10 minutes or so. You can have your payment. You can also do it. There's also no transaction fees, or low if you're using one of the new kind of Bitcoin systems. But so like 1%. So if you think about with a regular credit card, you have, probably 2% transaction fee, minimum of 30 cents, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can use this anywhere around the world. It's because it's not centralized. There's no country that it's directly connected to.
Gotcha. Well, so of course, always with new technology, and this is something that we're trying to reach our arms up so it doesn't go over our heads. There are always some potential issues that can pop up. What are some of the potential issues that exist with Bitcoin?
There definitely are potential issues, and those are things that we all have to be cognizant of as we're using these new technologies. So first of all, the price is volatile right now. So we've seen it go up and down. Just from when I looked yesterday to today, it gained about $10.
Wow.
So, and that's in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. Also, your payments are irreversible. There's no middleman, so it's hard to regulate, hey, I gave that person money and I didn't mean to give them money, something like that. Unless the person you gave it to wants to give it back, you might not get it back. So that's something you have to think about.
Gotcha.
And it's also still very experimental. This whole new form of digital currency is so new, and we're all learning about it. The governments aren't sure how to regulate it. We're not sure how to tax it. Things like that all still kind of have to be really discovered and laid out before we can move forward as a full-fledged currency here.
Okay, so how does it work?
So it really works by, first of all, I mentioned before, someone like a miner finds a equation basically on the computer, and they get Bitcoins from that.
Okay.
And you as an individual can now actually go to these online kind of payment and platforms, like this one here is called Coinbase. It's the most popular one. And you can sign up for a digital wallet, which is on your computer or on your phone. And then you can actually kind of make regular transactions with it. You can buy things, you can sell things, you can trade them, and potentially make some money doing it.
Wow.
So really, the big question, of course, Apple launched the Apple Pay, another digital payment form. This is the future. Is this? Do you believe that this is the way that finance is going?
I do believe that, and really, Apple Pay is kind of the middle step. So Apple Pay will be like the next step. So we're starting to get more comfortable using these digital currencies.
They still work with credit cards.
They still work with credit cards, exactly. But soon we're going to skip over the credit cards and move into this digital currency world. It could really be the future of all digital payments, and one of the best things for it is that it's micropayments, because just like I said, you can give $1. Think about charities. Think about that Haiti charity. That was actually very expensive. The credit card companies had to forego their the money that they made on that, so that the full $1 that you donated to Haiti could be donated.
Actually goes there.
So this is a way that you can get rid of all of those transaction fees.
That's great.
And actually some large companies now that we know very well are using this as a payment system. And for example, Overstock.com just announced that they'll be using Bitcoin. So you can go on to Overstock.com, just check out as you normally would, and then you can have Bitcoin there as your payment.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to keep our eyes on this. I mean, this is going to continually develop. Nika, thank you so much for enlightening us on Bitcoin this morning. And for a full recap, head over to Casa.com and click on the Style tab.